Hello, everyone. I trust you're doing well. There's just one thing I want to say, and it is marry well. Yeah, marry well. When I began my journey into marriage, I would say I wasn't ready. Yeah, I wasn't ready, and that was because I felt I was quite young. And so, even when we were told pray for your husband or pray about the will of my church, pray about the will of God in marriage. Even though I prayed, I didn't really pray with intention. And so when my husband came along, before he actually voiced out to speak to me, I had already known he was the one. But before he came along, there were several things that had happened, and eventually, when he spoke up, somebody I respected had said, "Oh no, that's not your husband." And I actually caused a rift between me and that person because I knew what the Lord had said to me. And our journey to marriage wasn't easy. In fact, we spent 5 years before we actually got married. And in those 5 years, the marriage committee was fully aware, so it wasn't as if I was doing boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. Yeah, that's true. Fun fact. My husband is my first and only boyfriend. In fact, I have lots. Okay, I'm going to deviate, but that's fine. I'm talking about my husband, and so I'm gonna gush over him. I have so many firsts with my husband. One of which is eating shawarma. Yeah, one of my firsts. So I remember that day. Then I was still working somewhere in Keja. So he had called and I was like, "Hey babe, where are you?" I'm like, "I'm at work, I'm in Ikeja." And he said, "Okay, can we meet at Ikeja System?" And I'm like, "Fine, let's go, let's do this." So we went. That was also my first day on an escalator. I was scared. But knowing that he was there and he was going to hold me was very relaxing. So he held me and I had so much time laughing. I'm just laughing at my. I still am scared of elevators. Sorry, escalators, but I think I'm a lot better. The next time I would be on an escalator, I could compose in some way. So yeah. Then that day I had shawarma, and the impression that shawarma gave me, because it was expensive, and for those that know me, I'm a finance girly. I usually would think my finances through. Do I want to actually spend this money on this? But it was a date. It was treating me so. No matter how I tried to say no, it's too expensive, blah 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 blah. He still bought it for me, and it was my first time. Okay, let me say my first conscious time eating shawarma, and I didn't really like it. I remember putting it on my status and they were like, "Oh no, shawarma is nice." Now I eat shawarma because apparently it was that one I had eaten that wasn't good. So we had that, we had ice cream, and we had some other things. So back to what I was saying initially, it was a journey of getting into marriage. We had to pray. There were times of quarrels. There were times for me where I kept listening to outside voices than what God has said to me. And so, because of that, I had several moments of let's break up, let's break up, let's break up. And as a gentleman that he is, he would usually just, accept to do whatever it is I wanted to do. And I did that. Fast forward to 2020, I had a conversation with somebody again, an outside voice that was beginning to sway my mind. And at this time, we're already about 2 years into the relationship. No, a year into the relationship or the courtship. And This person had said something, and I just remember, was it a text or a call, and just let him know that, oh, I'm no longer interested in this relationship. So let's go. Before then, there had been several signs to let me know that this was God's plan for me. This was the man He had in store for me. But I didn't, like I said, I allowed the outside voices. Even in that period, whatever thing God was teaching me through scriptures, it was the same thing, sometimes down to even the same verse of scripture that the Lord was also showing to him where he was. And so at that time I had said, I might not be a good storyteller, so please pardon me, go with me. And so at that time I had told him, oh, I am no longer interested, so let's just call it quits. And this man of God said, okay, that's fine. I'm also tired of your back and forth. Let's stop. I'm like, why would you do that? Listen, in that period, I had done so many back and forth of, um, I don't want to do, I want to do, and all of that. So, is wanting to then break it off really got to me. But then, ad girl, I was like, that's fine if you want to go. But deep within me, I knew that I wanted him to stay. So what had then happened was I then, said, okay, let me pray with you. In fact, I prayed with him and I was like, Lord, whatever woman you have for him, please give it to him. Let her be good to him and all of that. But in my mind, I'm like, I still want this guy. And then when I realized I was about to lose gold, I then said, oh, he then asked me, are you really sure I want to go? I said, no, I don't want you to go, but if you want to go, it's fine. And it's like, I also want to stay with you. This is where God has placed me, and my eyes are single. I want you and only you. And then that particular day, we came back together, and since then, I tried as much as I could not to do let's break up, because I know this man is gold. So being his wife, all of the things I experienced even while we were courting, being his wife, I have experienced this so much more. He's a listening man, an amazing man. Okay, something. Before I got married to him, I used to wonder what the hype about him was. His siblings were always so happy to celebrate him, so happy to call him my brother. I would see his friends always putting him higher on a pedestal, and I'm like, okay, I know you are bro Chima, but I'm not. No, even I myself, I placed him on a pedestal because this guy is handsome, is spiritual, is intelligent, and he carries himself like a king. It doesn't let whatever it is bring him down. And so there's usually this respect for him. But going into marriage, I the respect just had to triple, because gosh, it's such a blessing. His friends keep telling me, I know you enjoy this guy, and they're like, I even for me as his friend, I know how much I enjoy from him. So imagine you, I know you're going to enjoy him. And it's been beautiful. I know I'm speaking a lot, but I just want to say this. Marry well. I think that's where we started from. Marry well. I glow today. I look well rested because of my husband. I remember one of those days I just asked my husband and I was like, babe, what can I do to make you happy? Do you want to know what this handsome man of mine said? He said, you just be happy and I'll be happy. Are you for real? And okay, it's easy to think that, oh, he just said it in that moment. And even without him knowing, on another day, I asked him the same question, and that was the same response. And honestly, listen, the times I have been unhappy, I have seen my husband move from up here to down here because I wasn't happy. And so that is a man that truly cares for me, adores me, and ensure I'm fine. So marry well. Do not be blinded by the money. Do not be blinded by the how to put it, the outlook, but ensure this person is truly a child of God, has the character, and know what God is saying to you. There were other people that were looking at me and wanted to marry me. But one thing I remember telling one of them is, you cannot handle Deborah. You can't. So that the person looks like a good fit does not necessarily mean that person is a good fit for you. So learn to listen to the voice of God. Learn to know what it is that you yourself want, and try to gauge, can this person who is trying to woo me, can this person manage me, handle the destiny that God has placed in front of me? Can he be a priest to carry me and bring me before God and say, yes, you called me a bridegroom. I have groomed her into who you want her to be. This is your daughter. Marriage is a covenant. It's also a ministry. So ensure that you go into covenant with the right person and you go into ministry with the right person. All this to say, my dearly beloved brother or sister, marry well. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe. So bye for now.